Yasson.
Danny.
How are we?
Good.
I must say, by the way, you're looking good.
Well, it's good thing I do because I'm currently sunning up in Spain as we speak right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's it like there? Wait. No, we're not doing that again.
No way.
That took so long to do those
man.
two little clips. That was a pain in the arse.
That was painful.
So so you're in Spain right now?
Mhm. I have checked the weather
Okay.
in the past.
Do you have a margarita in your hand right now?
One margarita.
What does it taste like?
Oh, it tastes sweet.
Deliciousness.
Sweet. Actually, man, I was at a wedding last weekend. I know we're talking in the piece, but margaritas all night. It was great. I love a margarita.
So
good
good.
salty margarita.
So we got so as a moving house gift, we got the Ninja slushy.
Oh,
I mean, my house is like a ninja showroom,
heaven.
honestly.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much everything. But they're all good stuff. Like, I rate all their product. But yeah, the Ninja slushy thing, and it's obviously meant for like ice cream and that, but the main use is frozen margaritas.
of course. Yeah, I need to ninja my place up, but my kitchen's not really big enough to house all the ninja goods. But no,
So good.
I've been obviously. I think a lot of people said it at the summit as well. They seemed surprised by how I was looking, and yeah, that's just been 4 months of.
Because you liked a McDonald's before.
Oh man, I mean, if you've got Monzo does the worst thing at the end of the year by telling you
How much do you spend?
and like what percentage of clientele you are. So I was in the top 5% of McDonald's customers.
That is impressive.
I was almost proud.
Do you know what? You're the reason that McDonald's are putting their prices up. Did you see that?
Jason's left. He's no longer buying those.
Did you see that?
I
They're
did
putting
not.
their prices up again.
What were they? Were they up again? I mean, they're still the.
They're ridiculous. They've been ridiculously high in comparison to what they were, 5-10 years ago. Like,
Still
and they
can't-
might have the rewards program, but it's still
I mean, still not going to be anywhere near Burger King. Burger King was atrocious for prices, but I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I haven't been in months.
you can tell.
I would start every day with it.
You can tell.
Yeah, calorie counting for the win, man. It's but we're just getting started, and I can see that you've now. You're starting as well now. We've.
You make me look bad.
I don't think so.
I'm now Mr. Tubby over here.
Nah, you carry it well. Carry it well.
I need to. Yeah, I've started.
Mhm.
I've started. I've got my protein powder. I just need to try and figure out some exercise routines and that. But yeah, I'm kind of properly calorie counting just now, just
Mhm.
because I just too heavy.
It was just all the footage I could see myself at weddings.
That's
And-
the problem with me now as
And
well.
I could see it, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's just, and when photographers like take a selfie with you and they put it on social, I'm like, oh man, I just look unpresentable.
Danny and the 19 chins.
It's not pretty. Yeah, I still got a way to go. And generally I just want to get fitter for the season because it is a tiring season. So I'd like to be stronger. Yeah, I think I've utilized this time before the season kicked off to work a bit on myself. But
Yeah, because how many stone you lost?
we're over 2 stone now.
Oofed.
But yeah, I'm hoping to get over 3 by July. That's the aim.
And that's literally just diet as well.
Yeah, because
no
I mean-
jabs. No jabs.
No jabs. No Ozempic in this body. This has all been au natural. But, yeah, I've not even really missed the food. That's the thing, because I remember there was someone who is in the industry who lost a lot of weight and they completely changed their diet. And I remember saying to them, like, yeah, I just don't think I've got that in me. I like food and I like sugar too much to give it up. And then I just gave it up. And it wasn't actually that hard.
It's carbs for me. I've never really been a sugar person. Kirsty's got a pure sweet tooth, but see, I'd eat like a full like sharing bag of crisps to myself.
Oh, I mean,
salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
Like see them, which actually, to be fair, are not actually that many calories. But the Marks and Spencers, it's like the party mix ones and the salt and vinegar. Oh,
See what we've discovered recently, right? You get a bag of cool Doritos, baked beans, and cheese.
you lost me at baked beans.
You don't like baked beans?
Not really.
Jesus.
I mean, I'll eat them, but I'm like, nah.
Oh, so good.
Nah.
So good with everything.
Nah.
But anyway, that's like a natural dish. So you put it all in the oven. I mean, like counting calories, but I still had that last night.
There you go.
And it was
It's portion control, innit?
What's that? It's portion control. You can get a takeaway. Just don't eat the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Before it was just like a no-brainer. I would scoop all that into the bowl. God, I remember actually counting the weight and the calories of what I did used to eat, and like the takeaways I used to eat. Because I didn't even use cutlery. I just used prawn crackers as the cutlery.
It's a shovel.
Right? Yeah, just shovel it in. Just scoop it in and make everything like a spoon. 3,500 to 4,000 calories.
Huh? What, for that meal?
Would have been if I'd ate the whole thing.
Right.
With fried rice, curry sauce, salt and chicken, prawn crackers.
I mean, that's easy, like with a takeaway and stuff, because I'm always bad, because I want to have like a bit of everything, and then I'll order it all, and then Kirsty will eat barely any, and then I'll just be like, just because I love the noodles, like just plain. I like a plain noodle, just like on the side, and I'll just be like, shoveling noodles into my mouth.
But you know the worst bit was always when you were driving either to or from a wedding.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, it's mandatory that I go into McDonald's and get myself 20 chicken nuggets to drive home, because otherwise I'm going to fall asleep.
Exactly. It's like employee discount, except you don't get the discount.
You know?
It's like employee perks.
Yeah. The privilege of being able to drive home and nibble on some chicken nuggets. That was like a perk of the job.
Was that a double cheeseburger for me? But yeah, I've resisted the urge. Went into McDonald's for Frank, because we took Frankie out to the circus for his birthday with one of his pals. And it's the first time I've walked into McDonald's and not walked out with something for me.
So proud of you, man.
I was proud of me.
Yeah.
I was fucking like drooling at the mouth though.
Oh no. I
see the chips. I'm like,
ugh. See all the adverts everywhere. Like whenever they release a new burger, I'm like, yeah, I could have a bit of that. And you know what? At some point I will. It's not like I'm not like eating clean. I am kind of eating clean, to be fair, but I'm not
just watching how many calories. That's what it's all about. It's just calorie control. If you can
100%.
control the calories, it'll fall off you.
Enjoying the same things, apart from sugar drinks. Apart from that, I'm mostly enjoying the same things as long as it's within the limitation.
Which is, I mean, that fridge is stacked with Red Bull, and you have not touched one.
I mean, I didn't ask for
enough.
Red Bull.
There's enough Red Bull in there to kill a horse.
I know, and I'm tempted, but don't need it. Don't need it. So
we got a new fridge.
We got a new fridge.
We needed a new fridge. Last one was tiny and battered.
Thank you to John Clark for supplying us with that wee fridge that lasted us 3 years.
Did actually?
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
We have now doubled the size.
We got used and abused.
Doubled the size because Danny went and bought a crate worth of.
Went to Booker.
Bought a load of drinks for the office.
Mainly sugar free.
Yeah, good stuff.
Coke Zero, Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Iron Brew Zero.
Yeah, all good stuff. But I mean,
lots of water.
We weren't able to fit that in the fridge, and we don't like mess anymore. That's not who we are.
No.
So we needed that all hidden away in our nice color coded black fridge.
Yep.
Which is lovely.
That's currently lying open.
Is it? Oh dear. I mean, this isn't a podcast all about weight loss and whatnot, even though that is what's generally going on in our life.
Today's podcast sponsored by Ozempic.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's good. It's good to use any time available to sort of look at things either in your business or your personal life that you think you want to make some change to, because when it gets busy, you really have your blinkers on what you can do. So it's like using this time that I had at the beginning of the year to make some changes to my life and to my business that I knew I wouldn't be able to do going forward, and it would hopefully shape the next year and a half of my business.
Yeah, because when you're in the thick of it, you can't.
No.
It's like tunnel vision. You just need to
100%.
And if you don't have that focus, you
so
end
easy to slip up.
You end up in a situation, I guess, somewhat that I was in from last year. The difference was I moved house and everything that came along with that. But you could very well end up in a situation when you're starting the year and you've got way more to edit, from the previous year than you really should have.
Yeah.
So you do need to have that focus, because you've got teasers to do, you've got edits to finish. They pile up, and we know that they're so concentrated mainly during the summer. Although, to be honest, May is the busiest month for me this year.
Yeah.
And actually, coincidentally, so seeing Wadola, shout out to Wadola if you're not using Wadola, go and check them out. Use the code TWVP to get 3 months free.
3 months.
But on Wadola, I think it says on there the industry's busiest month is May.
Really? May has always been a kind of a hit or miss for me. Sometimes it's super busy, sometimes it's not so busy. The busiest month for me consistently, year after year, is September. Always.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to just turn work away for me this year because like I could have taken it, but I'd have far too many like back to backs.
Yeah. That's always. I mean, it's always tempting at the time, but then you actually have to.
I mean, I
live it.
wanted to, but then I'm just like,
especially when you've just come off the back of like getting out of backlog and the summit and stuff for yourself.
Well, yeah, because I've got like one more to finish, one more.
And then straight
I
back
done
into
it.
it.
I done it.
You can't believe you did it. You did it.
I done it.
Well done.
I'm buzzing.
That was good. You were in the thick of it, but you've managed to get through. And
I honestly, do you know what the horrible? Sorry, we'll get back onto the topic in a minute, right? But do you know what the horrible thing is? See, when you've got like your CRM, be that Widow or whatever one that you use, and you just see like the list and how long you need to maybe scroll down for ones that you've already shot, you just look at it and go,
yeah,
like I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but you do. But it's such a mountain. But you just need to. I'll be honest. For the first like month or that, I did just look at it and was so, oh my god. But then I just started going, right, one at a time. Just knock down one at a time. Let's just keep on chipping away at it.
It's
and now
not. It's not an easy thing to do at all.
No, but I mean normally what would happen is I would have pretty much the whole of March and a bit of April off, so I would get my kind of like my 4-week, 6-week holiday before the season starts, and obviously I've not really had that at all.
Yeah, we've kind of timed we've introduced a really busy section at the start of the year, which is, in hindsight, that was a smart move.
But we do it for you.
We do it for you. We do it for the love.
We do it for you.
And we won't stop. But for me, obviously, I've had that. I took on a load of corporate work at the start of the year, which ate up a load of my time. But now I'm sitting in this window because my season probably kicks off in June, where I've got this sort of window where I can actually start applying some things. And obviously we spoke about like the health thing that I've been doing behind the scenes for the first half of the year. But now it's about looking at my business for this year and going forward. And the things that, we sometimes forget to remind ourselves looking at because, they've worked in the past. Like, we'll just keep them. They are the engine behind the machine, essentially. But it is good once in a while to just look at what your business offers and any changes you can make, because you are not who you were a year ago. Your business is in a different position than it was a year ago. And so is it time to make some changes to your business and how you should use your spare time to implement those changes? And we'll get into that right after this quick break.
Looking to upgrade your cameras? Well, let's introduce you to the new Lumix flagships, the S1R2
and the S1 II. Some of the features we love about these cameras are:
on the S1R2, being able to crop in past the APS-C in pixel mode, giving you 3 focal lengths from 1 prime.
And the S1 II is also feisty, giving you 5.1K open gate at 50 frames a second.
Both of these cameras have 100 frames a second with a 1.1 crop.
Plus, both these cameras come with industry-leading IBIS, which Lumix is known for.
Lumix also has a loan scheme which allows you to borrow these cameras for 48 hours so you can try them out and make sure that they're the camera for you.
Not only will they deliver them for free, but they'll also pick them up for free as well.
Use the code TWVP at the Lumix store for 10% off.
Check the link in the show notes below.
If you want to give your couples a viewing experience that matches the quality of your films, then VidFlow is the way to go.
Just upload your work, let the couples watch it on their TV, they can view a gallery on their phone, and wrap it up with all your branding so they get the ultimate viewing experience.
Think of it like Netflix, but for wedding films.
Listeners of That Wedding Videographer podcast get 10% off when they use the code TWVP. Hit the link in the show notes to get started.
Level up your wedding film delivery experience today.
Yeah, I think the downtime that you have, if you get any. This is an anomaly for me. Normally I do. But yeah, that historically has been that point where I go, okay, what do I want to achieve? Like this time next year, what would I want to have achieved to look back on and go, okay, yeah, that was a growth year.
Yeah.
Rather than just a muddle through year or a stagnant year where there's not really been any kind of like personal or business growth. And I think it kind of probably ties in quite nicely really with Shannon's talk at the summit about, building a business with purpose and you deciding what your objectives are. You know, the podcast that we done last week with Stevie, how intentional he was at the type of clientele that he wanted to attract and the steps then that he took to do that. They're the kind of like decisions that you probably just want to spend a bit of time and sitting down and you know, writing out what your goals are for the coming year. I think we done a podcast on this last year, but I think it was more at the start of the year, and we kind of talked over about, you know, goal setting and stuff like that. And it's super important so that you can, you know, not only to try and keep yourself accountable, but then just to look back on the year and go, okay, where did I get to with this goal? You know, I guess my bit of advice would be, though, just don't go, like, narrow it down. Don't pick like 10, 15 goals, because it's going to be quite hard to hit all of those. But, you know, maybe 5 goals with maybe a top 3 maybe 2 or 3 non-negotiable ones that you really want to make sure that you hit, and the other ones that you can, you know, you would like to do, but you've got like a core 2 or 3 that are like almost like your non-negotiables, just to continue with your growth over the year, you know.
Well, yeah, you don't want to like completely steamroll everything and change it up, unless of course you really feel like, you know what, actually what I'm doing now isn't necessarily serving who I want to be serving. But yeah, I think having a kind of a narrow mindset of goals of things you'd like to change to improve is good, because that allows that sort of continuation of progress with yourself. But I mean, I've obviously been looking at my business, like after Shannon's talk and when she had on the podcast, that's kind of when this mindset of myself started thinking, and I started analyzing what my business is doing, what direction I want to be going. And of course, my packages, they change year after year based on what I think, okay, this looks like a good body of work. This is a good choice for couples to do. And I change it all the time. It's not for being consistent. So, you know, I think initially I looked at, okay, what am I offering to couples, and does that still stand up in the industry? Is that still something that people are wanting? And of course, the introduction to content creation has obviously made me think, okay, do I need to be doing stuff that isn't necessarily content creation, but working on my speed of delivery? Do I need to create a smaller video file that, you know, actually gets there sooner than a teaser might get there, if my teasers are more like cinematic edits? So thinking of things like that, like how can I offer value that still shows that a videographer is important? And I think this is something that everyone can do initially with their spare time, is actually look at what their packages are offering and a breakdown of who is booking what package. Because if you look at your CRM, you can go into each quote and see what package they booked, and then put that on a spreadsheet or some sort, or into an AI chatbot, and that can sort of dissect it for you. And you can really figure it out, okay, actually, if you've got a 3 package system and the majority of those people are booking your smallest package, then maybe that's something you can look at. Is the smallest package too tempting? Does it have too much value that it stops you from essentially upselling your clients to the middle package, which is really what the 3 package system is designed for? Is designed to anchor people towards the middle package. So if that, I would take a look at all your bookings for next year, like not even just this year, but look at next year and see what the kind of patterns are looking like. And if you're seeing people are leaning more towards the bottom package, then it's time to look at your packages and restructure things. Maybe take out something, or
could be price as well.
Yeah.
Could be could be a number of things. It could be that the price, there's maybe too much of a price difference between the two as well, you know. Because if you've got like a highlight package at like, I don't know, say like 1,800, and your feature package or your middle package is something like, I don't know, 2,800 or 3,000, maybe just too much of a gap there.
Yeah.
So you can bring it down, bring either the bottom package up or the middle package down, so that it's kind of like, it's not too much of a big decision to just go, okay, we'll just go for the middle one, because actually you get way more in that and it's not that much of a price jump.
Yeah.
So it's like the psychological pattern of pricing structure.
Yeah. I think as well, like sometimes people might think, oh, I need to have a small price to sort of introduce people, because if I go too high too soon, it might just scare people off. So they kind of put their starting package with a lower price, and that draws people in. But by then they've already been like, okay, we can get that value for that. So, you know, it's all about structuring the three prices. I think essentially the third package has to be all the bells and whistles, like a quite expensive thing, because that anchors it as a...
So the aspirational package.
Yeah, that's it. But if that's what that's worth, but we can still get the same services with a different package in the middle for this
Minus
price.
a couple of little bits.
Yeah, that's something, because they might go, oh, well, we don't even need that. So that's what it's designed for. But yeah, I mean, I think it was last year I was looking at my packages. I noticed that well over 50% of people were booking the smallest package. And I was like, and I had rechanged my packages that year because I thought, oh, maybe I'm not offering enough value here. There was a decision that I made that maybe was flawed or something. So I put more value into the bottom package and put even more value into the middle. They realized I'd obviously put far too much value into the bottom package, and I just needed to shape that up to make people go, no, the middle package is really where I think most people would sit. This is where, if you're hiring a videographer, this is how you're going to get value out of having a videographer at your wedding.
Yeah. The way I look at the bottom package for me is it's kind of just for people that like are not terribly arsed about video. Like they just want a wee short highlight or something, but they're not like, it's obviously not their main priority.
Yeah.
But they know that they would either, you know, want it or be gutted if they didn't have something.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know what I
think cover the basics. Do your ceremony speech, do a highlight.
That's it.
That's it. That's
all
all
you need.
You might
That'll.
Oh, hello. But you might think, oh, but teasers are great for marketing. Well, that's great. The value of having a videographer is why people are making that investment in the first place.
Yes.
So do it.
With your teaser, though, I would say, because I have highlight packages that I'll sometimes do a teaser for, but I'm kind of really doing it for me. If it's like been a really good wedding and I want to use it essentially for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? For what I can do,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll do it, but I don't do it for every single one.
You got to remember,
I've surprised couples with it.
yeah.
And it's like a win-win because they weren't getting it, so they get a freebie, so they're like buzzing, and you're happy because you're getting to showcase, you know, your work, which obviously you're proud of because you've made a teaser. That's the way I do it.
Yeah, I mean that when I did like that's how I would do it these days. It's a value leverage.
Totally.
You know? So because I think people have to forget, like, when they're pricing their packages, like, people are investing in a videographer to enhance their day, and the fact that after the wedding, people will still get to rewatch this.
Yeah.
That's what the investment is. These packages you offer, obviously the beginning one, that is the basic job of a videographer, is to provide you with a highlight and you get to rewatch your ceremony speeches. Your extra packages on top of that should enhance the experience. And there is a monetary increase for that because you're doing more work, you're adding more value to the day. So, you know, I would say that you could upgrade your second package with a teaser, put your ceremony speeches in there. You could even make the highlights longer if you want. If the intro is just, if the starting package is a 5 or 6 minute highlight, make your middle one a 7 to 8 minute highlight. And then for your third package, you can extend the teaser length to 3 minutes and add a feature.
Yeah, there's loads
of upgrades.
There's loads of different upgrades, which means as well, there's loads of different options that you can have, which means it doesn't have to be like the one size fits all. Do you know what I mean? Because there are people out there that the difference between maybe their two packages is it's just a longer film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's still one film that they get, but it's just longer for the upgraded one. For other people, you know, such as myself, you just get more films essentially. You know, so the bottom one's a highlight and ceremony speeches. Then you get highlight, ceremony speeches, feature, and a teaser. And then the top one's like everything with that, but like with a FOMO edit and another videographer. Like it's stacked, it's layered, deliberately just to increase in the value. But yeah, you could do it. You could even do it like some people do, which is just do a highlight film, no ceremony speeches, which would be super easy.
Yeah.
But as we know, for a lot of people, they still kind of will do this or ceremony speeches or somewhat. I guess you could get away with just doing it at one angle and then just kind of like cut in just to obviously pull out the story parts. But you know, then it could be there as like an optional upgrade that you could that you could do. There's because there's loads of things in that you can do in the workflow as well, which is another thing you can look at during this downtime is like your CRM workflows. For me, I'm just about to set one up so that on the anniversary of the wedding, or like maybe like a month before, an email just goes out with offering the photo edit for like a discounted price.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then again, it's just another little potential route of income.
Yeah.
That can obviously help tide you over in the quieter months as well.
Yeah, I've really been looking for through loads of workflows and stuff recently. Looking into things like Zapier integration for WhatsApp, so that whenever my Widola gets an inquiry, it's connected through Zapier, and then Zapier sends a WhatsApp integration to my business WhatsApp, which means I can send them a message immediately on WhatsApp. That was kind of a workflow I was exploring to see how to do that. I haven't tested it on Widola yet, but through research, it looks like those two are compatible. So that works.
Yeah, there's loads of untapped possibilities
so many
with
things.
Like if this, then that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to become a workflow master. And like going through my pre-weddings guide in terms of like offering value to couples beforehand. My post-wedding system is what I want to be improving on as well. So I've just been working on workflows as well. But that's, these are things that during the downtime it really pays to focus on, because it gets you excited about your business if it's all running like a slick machine.
Because I would argue, so see this fictional time that I should have had this year, but in any other given year, that time when you've got the downtime, dead easy, just the down tools and just go, and that's also fair enough, right? So if you want to do that, fair enough, right? All credit to you.
Earned it.
You've worked your arse off, right? Go and enjoy it, right? But for me, I do just like to use that time. It's almost like R&D time. So like obviously you're talking there, look at the business. But for me then that's probably that time is generally the time when I go quite heavy on like coursework or, like courses that are out or, things like, these behind the lens things where you get to see certain people, how they film and how they edit.
Gets you excited about the work that's coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Because it helps give me inspiration for the upcoming season, because I would rather have that kind of stuff for me personally at the start of the season rather than at the end when I've already done it. And because the end of the season I'm maybe going to be going into full on scale editing mode kind of thing. So editing stuff maybe, but when it comes to shooting kind of stuff, that's when I find I get the most benefit from it. So I'll go and look at courses or those through the lens kind of things, and they're great. Just another fantastic resource to help me get excited and pumped for the upcoming season.
Yeah, just to take it back quickly before we go to our next break. Obviously, when it came to the packages, the best thing you can do is look at the percentages of what people were booking, and if things look fine, then maybe your packages are good. But that will give you a key indicator as to whether or not maybe you should make a change to hopefully boost your income going forward into the years coming. But yeah, we'll carry on this conversation after this quick little break.
Are you tired of CRM just not getting the basic things right?
Things like being able to customize your brand fully,
Or constantly sending your emails to their spam folder?
or the juicy stuff, getting analytics into performance.
That's why we have made the switch to Widola.
The CRM built by wedding pros for wedding pros.
It's honestly the prettiest CRM we've ever seen.
To help you make the switch, we're offering 3 months free on Widola by entering the code TWVP.
Widola, the community-built CRM for wedding professionals.
If your editing backlog is stressing you out, Bride and Groom Video are here to help.
You get a dedicated account manager that matches an editor to your unique style, so your films can get delivered without the overwhelm.
Listeners of That Wedding Videographer podcast get £75 off for their first order by using the code TWVP75.
And for UK videographers only, brideandgroom.video have launched a special package price for feature and highlight films just for you.
Plus, you'll also get an extra discount in ceremony and speeches.
This makes it much more cost effective to use brideandgroom.video as your editing studio.
Send your footage, send your brief, and they'll sort the rest.
Hasta la vista, backlog.
I think you were touching on it briefly there, like you were saying, like obviously doing courses and things, but like, working your editing. Another good thing you can do during this time is analyze or go through some of the footage you've shot over the last year, because you could be sitting on some absolute gold for content creation. Your social media could be, you could use this time to basically build like a month's worth, 2 months worth potentially of social content from weddings, whether that be speeches that you've really enjoyed, or golden hour moments, or just building carousels that offer couples advice and building your social calendar, because it's too easy for us to just going to go, oh, well, here's another teaser. Whereas we should be filling content with stuff that's actually educational for couples to get them on your side.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think I've thought about this before. The bit that just puts me off it is just because, and I think a lot of people are like this, like once they've finished a wedding, they just want to close the box.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nothing against the couples or anything. It's just that once you've made peace with that edit, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the bit personally I find quite difficult about it.
Mm-hmm.
What I have thought though is, because I know, and I think anybody will know at the top of their head, there's maybe like 5 or 6 weddings throughout the course of the year that were like absolutely banging.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they were lit, energy was fantastic, loads of good moments captured, couple shoot was awesome, couple were up for it. Because although that's like the magic, the magic. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
sauce.
Nah, it's like everything just came together, right? Because everything's clicked. Not everything. You don't get all of those things happening perfectly at every single wedding. Just because weddings are different, and obviously the weather has a big part to play in it as well, and people's moods and what you can actually do on the day. So I would say over the course of the year, historically for me, there's maybe been about 5 or 6 weddings that fit that bill. So I have thought, what I probably could do is take those galleries, which are maybe like 5 or 6 weddings, over the course of a year, and pass it over to an editor and just say, these weddings were banging. Is there anything you think you could do? Give me a price and just to make a whole bunch of kind of like content on the back of it.
As well on that, if you think about your ideal customer and who it is that you want to serve, your mind goes back to the 5 or 6 weddings that you did last year, which exactly the ones you want to do more of. So showcasing more of that is exactly how you attract that kind of couple going forward. So it's a solid idea. Talking about...
That's just for me though, just because I like, once I've done it. Like,
for sure.
I would prefer to... A lot of the time I'll make those wee reels whilst I'm in the project. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't like going back into them. I don't know what it is.
So, like, talking about workflows, I've been kind of analysing what my editing workflow looks like just now in terms of, after the wedding, build the teaser, and then sort of, like, close shop until it comes to, like, actually building the full edit. What I'm going to be doing going forward is, like, cull the footage for the teaser and build the teaser as it is. And then the next step is creating bins with categorized footage and putting all the footage into bins, taking that footage, all the footage from each bin into a timeline and export that timeline so that I'm not having to look through all my clips. What I've got from each wedding is a bunch of exported clips with footage that I think is usable in social content. So I'm not reshaping it for social, I'm just exporting the full clip. And I'm going to export all of these clips so that when I go back 6 months later, I'm not like revisiting it from scratch. I've already got a fresh in my head, fresh in my memory, exported version of clips that I can use for social. And I can mix some of those together. But that's just like ammunition going forward for when I want to create social content here. I will have the clips that I can still edit completely into a social platform. And that's going to be the next step after the teaser. That's what I'm going to do.
That's a good idea.
For that.
Good idea. My plan, or my non-negotiable for this year, is to sort my shit out when it comes to organising footage.
And how are you going to do that?
Take a leaf out of your book with putting them all into like little subsection folders. I just don't do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never done it just because normally I just want to get to my bed.
Yeah.
But I always hate it when I import the footage into Final Cut and like I've shot with a second shooter and the footage is all over the shot because they've not set their...
Yeah.
There's somebody out there, if you're listening, you know who you are, who refuses to set the correct date on their camera. And I'm staring right at... No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It's not actually you, but
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't, but my system saves that.
but yeah, it always ends up pure jumbled up, and it's just on Final Cut. I don't know what it is, but it's just I could go in and just kind of like keyword them and stuff like that. I probably should, but again, it's just another step. But I just think the way that you've talked about it and I've seen you do it, I'm like, it doesn't actually take that long to do.
No,
So
it doesn't.
it's
It
just
doesn't at all.
click and drag.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally
So
10 minutes.
I'm going to do that just to save myself time on the back end. So that's one of my things. Get that into lockdown. Because there's another thing as well, even like with my naming of folders, because sometimes I'm going to be like, what is that? What is that wedding that had that absolutely banger drone shot at like a venue? Because maybe you want to use it again. And then sifting through it all. So I think I'm just going to start maybe making a folder. Because even to do maybe like a roundup of the year that I've had, just put in like a folder of banger shots.
Yeah, that is on that workflow of the social content. I've got a folder. Because some clips might make it into 2 folders.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. Those absolute epic shots because every wedding has at least one where you're like, oh my God, that was great.
How did I do that?
It's good. So yeah, banging shots is a category I'm going to have in there. So, and you can expand on the folders that you've got. I'm thinking off the top of my head right now, banging shots, emotional moments, friend groups,
Funny moments.
Like tips, advice, things like that, stuff that you think would add value. So that's kind of where I'm kind of going to enhance my culling process by thinking ahead for the social, because you're right. Once a project is finished, it's so hard to revisit that.
I just can't bring
During
myself to do
the
it.
time when I was like going viral quite a lot, I did the hard way and I went back through every project and I scrubbed through it, finding moments that meant something. And doing that day after day was very difficult. So if you just do the work initially, like I do when I'm organizing my footage, it actually makes things a lot easier to do. And see, on the organizing footage, my God, it makes if you're a color, it makes that so much easier. You're not going through half an hour of morning footage. You're going through, specific clips that are to do with either one half of the party or the other half of the party, or the venue, or like pre-ceremony footage. Like you're just it's focused in on what that clip topic is, so that when it comes to actually editing, you can just see easily how, like, I need a section from here. I just go there, and I do that when I'm like organizing my files. It takes 10 minutes. It's so easy.
So yeah, that's my non-negotiable for this year.
So yeah. Want to know something else you can probably work on that a lot of people probably did once and never changed? Your contract. Over the years, I've made some amendments here and there, but I probably haven't touched my contract in well over like 2 years now.
Have you deleted the singing waiter thing out of it now that they're not really a thing anymore?
I mean, I always love it. I love the singing waiters.
I'm joking.
You know what? Oh my goodness me. Are they not a thing? They actually aren't, to be fair. I haven't seen them.
I've barely had them and I'm very grateful.
Come back.
Like, nothing against them in that, but it's just...
God.
Yeah. There's a lot that really can't sing either.
Yeah, I've seen some flops. Like,
there's a lot that cannot sing.
I always found it was the tech issues. Like, they would turn up and then the microphones would be screeching and you're like...
Their gains all over the shot and that.
Yeah, not great.
No.
But with your contract, right, there's sometimes things that happen in your business, you go, I might not be protected against that. So it's always good to just update your contract whenever something else comes up. I mean, I've still got like COVID-19 stuff in there, but whether or not that's relevant now, or, if someone makes a cancel, like, I had a cancellation. This is actually something I do need to put in my contract. I had a cancellation for a wedding in May this year, but they cancelled in November, which was just before 6 months before the wedding. Now, I've got like a policy in my contract that if it's within 6 months and there's like a 25% balance payment, and then that increases over the months, essentially, which might be complicated, but it's just the way that I've designed it. Now, they get a full refund minus the booking fee if it's out with 6 months, which is fair enough. But the thing is, usually before 6 months, they've not paid anything. If they have paid the full balance, and in this situation, they had paid the full balance a year prior to the wedding, not just because they wanted the money out of the way, and they took what was my top package plus all my upgrades at the time, we were talking, this was almost a £5,000 booking, right? And they paid it all. Now, obviously, I'm not just sitting with that money in my bank that's getting utilized either to outsource editing, to fund advertising. It's getting split between things because I'm budgeting for the next few months ahead, thinking that money's going to be there. And obviously, we're coming to tax season as well, so that money had been allocated elsewhere. It's not that I wasn't sitting with any money in the bank, but £5,000, or in this case, 4,000. Well, I think the exact number was like 4,450 or something like that I was due to pay back. That was a big hit for my business at that time of year, and I needed a way to protect myself, and my contract didn't protect me. So what I need to write in the contract now is that if they do pay, there is a payment structure to return that, and that is what I did agree with the client. I said, look, I will agree to pay this back over the next 12 months in these increments, and I agreed a payment plan with her, and we've stuck to it, and that'll get paid back by August. That will have been fully paid back. But my contract should have protected me there, because otherwise they could have turned back to me and said, nope, that's not our money, and you owe us that. And I would have had not a leg to stand on. I would have had to pay it back, and it would have been a more interesting winter.
Yeah, I remember that. That was not ideal.
It was the day after my car got written off as well.
Yeah.
So it just all came at once.
That was also, I would also say that was also the catalyst for you to take on so much corporate work.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and then you became corporate, Jess.
Yeah. I mean, it was the
We
catalyst.
don't like corporate, Jess.
Granted, I mean, I didn't go looking for the corporate work. It did find me.
That lady has a lot to answer for.
I mean, they came to me.
No. I want her number. I want her number.
Yeah. I mean,
I want to write. I want her email. I want to write her a strongly worded email.
yeah. There was a time there where there was, yeah. I was looking at that going because obviously the car getting written off, and I didn't have gap insurance in the car, which turned out not to be an issue at all because the car value and everything worked out well. But I was looking like, well, I'm going to be about $8,000 down here in a matter of 2 days. How do I protect myself here? So things like that, when something big happens that could put your business at risk, find a way to put it in the contract that protects you from it.
Yeah, I mean, there's horror stories that we've heard, within our kind of like local kind of videographer group in terms of, clients, maybe some of them in being completely unreasonable, unhappy with the delivery of the product or whatever, what they've been delivered, and wanting sheets and sheets of changes made to the point where it's like micromanaging and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like having all those kind of like protections in place, because I remember I added in, it was actually, so it wasn't a full film that she asked to be re-edited, but I don't know if I was talking to you at the time, but she wanted her teaser. She basically asked for like 4 different revisions of a teaser, and it was on the 4th request. I was like, we need to get on a call and talk about this, and there was nothing in my contract at that point that said about revisions, and I basically wanted to get her on the call to say, like, I'm happy to make this a last change, but just so you know, I can't be doing this with a highlight or a feature film. Like, that's just not possible, because I'll be at it forever. Like, turned out, I think the crux of it was, I think she was just a bit self-conscious, but I just had to be quite firm to say, like, I'll do it for this, I'm not doing it for the but again, there was nothing in my contract at that point that meant, I guess, in somewhat legally, I would have any leg to stand on, whereas now, I think I've got in there, like, it's like £50 an hour for editing costs, which is a big enough number. It's totally valid as well, but it's a big enough number that put people off. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, saying, because they're not going to be wanting, when I say to them, that's probably going to take about, 8 hours. That's £400, please. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's going to put them off.
Yeah.
That's not, in a way, it's obviously there to put it off from happening, because you don't want to be continuing to do it. And of course, if there's like little things that need edited, or if it's something that's my fault, absolutely. But if it's completely like unreasonable changes, which we've heard of people doing in the past, and that's what things like that in your contracts are there to protect against, so that you're compensated adequately for the time that is going to take you out of doing the rest of the galleries that you've probably got in your backlog at that time. But you're totally right. Like, I think the contract's like one of those things that you make once and then you forget about it, but going back and looking at it, because you might be surprised what you've still got in there.
Oh yeah, there's some gaps, and the contract is there to protect you and the client as well. So it's formal, but it's important.
Well, I hope that's given you some food for thought on what you can be doing with your spare time. If we've missed anything obvious, though, please let us know. Reach out to us. Send us a DM. And we would also like to ask, if you wouldn't mind, leave us a little review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to this. It really, really helps the channel, and it helps it push it out to more and more people so that we can continue to, stick around and be dishing out words of wisdom and advice to everybody that we can reach. But for everybody that has left us a review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, it does not go unnoticed. We do check them regularly. Be great if they could go up regularly as well. But we do have a lot of reviews on there already. But it'd be great if you get anything from this, it will take you 2 minutes, and we would be super, super grateful if you could.
I couldn't think of a better use of your spare time.
There you go. Start it off with that. Thank you so much. But anyway, I've been Danny.
I've been Jace.
See you next week.